What if human history, as we understand it, isn't the full story? How would we see ourselves as humans if we truly are not alone in this universe? What else is real beyond the limits of our beliefs? I recently went to the 10th anniversary of Contact in the Desert, the world's largest UFO conference, and I was immersed in fascinating conversations with thought leaders in non-human intelligence, AI, consciousness, the nature of reality, and the political efforts to end government secrecy around UFO, UAP phenomena. And now, after at least 80 years of well-documented UFO cases, groundbreaking testimonies from high-ranking military officials and public figures, and government efforts to cover up any real inquiry into the phenomena while covertly studying it for their own purposes in secret programs that we help pay for with our tax dollars. Reputable engineers and scientists have even alleged involvement in technologies that could radically transform society, from energy to medical breakthroughs. Whether you're a skeptic, a believer, or both, the drive to uncover the truth is a universal human need. And now, a powerful bipartisan movement is creating the clearest political path to UAP UFO disclosure that we've ever seen. The UAP Disclosure Act within the 2024 National Defense Authorization Act requires all branches of the U.S. defense and intelligence agencies to review all their documents regarding UFO phenomena that are 25 years or older and make them available to the National Archives by October 18, 2024. Yet important provisions were stripped from the 2024 NDAA that would have made this information public, protected whistleblowers, ensured the compliance of government agencies and private defense contractors, and initiated criminal prosecutions for any withholding of information. This is important because files pertaining to known conspiracies like the CIA's MKUltra mind control program have been destroyed or otherwise made unavailable to the public. Headed up by prominent civil rights lawyer Daniel Sheehan, the New Paradigm Institute is spearheading a nonpartisan citizens movement to restore these critical provisions to the 2025 NDAA, charting a course for the truth to be revealed to the public. Some may doubt that the current disclosure process will produce meaningful results, yet these efforts are important. They leave a trail of documentation showing that we, the people, remembered that our government belongs to us, and we stood up for our values. Because it's not just about chasing shiny lights in the sky. It's about whether or not we want to have an honest government and media system. It's about making sure any technologies or breakthroughs discovered from this process benefit the human family and not centralized power that profits off of war and inequality. It's about the future of humanity and the awe and wonder of who we are in relation to the larger cosmos. At Contact in the Desert, I had the opportunity to talk to some of the leaders at the center of this movement. Here's what they had to say.
That it does no harm to the mystery to know a little bit about it. Let's be brave. It's not going to damage the mystery. Life is mysterious. That's part of the fun of it. We do have skin in the game, and I do think that we have a need to know, a need to explore, and a need for self-discovery.
I'm interested in extraordinary human experiences, the things that people report in their lives that modern science can't necessarily accommodate. My argument is, let's look at the science and find out what's going on. Even if we don't necessarily believe that UFOs are a genuine phenomenon, the counter-argument is a phenomenon is something that stimulates people's brains to think in a certain way. So in which case it is a phenomenon. And it's a phenomenon that can tell us something about who we are. Science has no understanding of how the brain generates consciousness, and consciousness is the thing that is processing UFO phenomena.
I want to know the truth.
Yes.
I have dedicated my life to wanting to know the truth about other life in this universe, why Earth is the way it is.
I'm with Ron James, the Media Relations Director for MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. Can you tell me more about MUFON and the work that you all do?
Sure. So MUFON is the largest and oldest organization, civilian organization in the world studying the UFO topic. And it was started shortly after Project Blue Book ended in 1955. and it's now in its 55th year. We have 7,000 members worldwide. We have field investigators deployed in multiple countries. We have our own laboratories. We have our own photo analysis division. We contribute to major TV shows like Ancient Aliens and Proof is Out There and different shows like that. And we have chapters all over the country where people can join MUFON and find people in their local area that are interested in the UFO topic.
Our organization really tries to help open the eyes up of people who have no idea of this. You know, many people who've lost trust in the mainstream media systems and they're looking for what to trust. Why do you think this is important for the everyday person to know about?
You know, that's an interesting question. The existence of non-human intelligence is actually engaging the human race. Some people will say, well, you know, it doesn't change the fact that I still got to get up every morning and pay my bills. Hopefully, it's not going to change everyday life on the planet for your average person. But at the end of the day, every one of us is on our own spiritual journey for self-discovery. At least I hope we are. And having this knowledge really helps you to understand your place in the greater universe and why we're here and what this is all about. And so the ET question, even if people think that it doesn't directly affect them, it really does.
And so if people want to explore more of your work, they just go to MUFON?
Yeah, it's MUFON.com, MUFON.com. It stands for the Mutual UFO Network. And it's the best organization in the world to be a part of. If you're into the topic, you should definitely join. It's inexpensive, and it opens up a whole new world for people. This is Accidental Truth, UFO Revelations. It's a film that came out last year that I made, and it won 28 Film Festival Awards.
Wow.
People can see that for free on Tubi, and it's for rent on Amazon and Apple. But if you want to go from little or no knowledge about the UFO topic to being ready for what's coming next, this is the film to watch. And
Wow.
I'll give you a copy of it so you can check it out.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much, Ron.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
My father, who was the scientific consultant for the Air Force project, once described Project Blue Book and their institutional imperative to rubber stamp solved on every case they could as the Society for the Explanation of the Uninvestigated. It was not a serious scientific endeavor to get to the bottom of this enigmatic phenomena. No, it was a PR exercise to tamp down hysteria. Of the cases that they agreed to officially investigate, 30% they had to throw their hands up in the air and say, not enough information, but 5% they still had to say were unsolved.
Winston Churchill, allegedly based on a document in the National Archive in London that I have read, allegedly talked with each other about the alien presence, and they opted for total cover-up, what I call classified reality. Since World War II, 77 years ago, the government classified reality. How much we have not been told about ourselves. We still live on a planet where the governments and the political systems do not want us to know the truth that they want to exploit, that the universe is filled with intelligence. And here we are in 2024, 8 billion souls and bodies in which reality has always been classified.
For the first time in history, there is an official outstanding order from the United States Congress to turn over all of this information. The agency that functions under the Defense Department and the Intelligence Director of National Intelligence, this group called ARROW, has just put out a report announcing there's nothing here to look at. And we have no evidence of any kind of there being any extraterrestrial spacecraft in our possession. I mean, it's complete, total, bald-faced lies. I testified to the ARROW office and explained to them the photographs that I had seen in the Project Blue Book classified portions showing photographs of a UFO crash retrieval. They can't say they don't have any information suggesting there's a crash retrieval program going on. There are important geopolitical implications. Are we going to have the United States government be able to have unilateral relations with this extraterrestrial civilization? Are we going to have to enter into treaties with Russia and China to have a common position that we're going to be taking? How many different star systems are we talking about here? There are different species that we're talking about here. Is there some sort of federation of these different star systems? The value of our American dollar, which is the basic medium of exchange in the world, is the petrodollar. It's all based upon the value of petroleum. If there's alternative technology that's available that's going to basically replace petroleum overnight, the whole bottom falls out of the American dollar and it falls out of the international market. And so we have to try to start taking steps to prepare for this.
The nature of how classified this material is and how special interests have infiltrated and shaped the narrative over the last many decades. How much of a role do you think that the CIA and other intelligence agencies has on the movement and even this conference? Do you think some of them are walking around right now and tuning in?
I know for an absolute fact that the intelligence community do go to UFO conferences. When I was at the Ministry of Defense one time, I went to a UFO conference and sat at the back taking notes. I mean, it literally was my job. Government tries to manipulate the media and spins and controls the narrative all the time on absolutely everything. One of the tactics that government use is to try and kill stories on this or ridicule this. And one of the ways that they do it is by deliberately using terms like little green men, space aliens, to try and make it comedic, to control the narrative, make the subject a joke. One thing they don't want is they do not want defense and national security editors at major newspapers getting interested in this.
Boils down to the credibility of the first-hand military witnesses. So within the Leonard Stringfield collection, we've got 119 crash retrieval cases from people who held the bodies, who were on the pathology teams, people who were on the crash retrieval teams where they brought the craft onto an 18-wheeler tractor trailer lowboy and then shipped them to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. So we're spending billions of dollars on these classified programs with no congressional oversight, no public scrutiny, and the level of technology that they have procured at this is beyond belief, absolutely, at this point. They've made the breakthrough since at least October 1954 at the minimum.
Breakthroughs in technologies?
Breakthroughs in anti-gravity, breakthroughs in biomedical, across the board. They absolutely have.
I'm with Richard Dolan, one of the world's leading UFO researchers and authors. Thanks for being with me here today.
My pleasure.
What gives you hope and inspiration with this coming year, with all of the excitement around the disclosure process? What keeps you inspired?
I get to engage my curiosity. I get to engage my mind to explore new areas that keep the world interesting. We're social creatures. We are designed to live and work with each other and to share information with each other. And that's what we are. Like, no one's an island, right? And if you're going to attach yourself to a specific outcome, like disclosure or like world peace or anything like that, we're likely to be disappointed.
Big term.
But what we can do is challenge ourselves, maybe find some more illusions that we might have been born into that we can maybe help to strip away a little bit. We're born into a very interesting, complex reality that's got a lot of illusions to it. Maybe one of the interesting, fun, rewarding things that we can do is find them and pierce our way through into some truth and then share that with other people. And then that's how we grow. That's my hope.
You're definitely doing that, and with an amazing sense of humor, I gotta say.
Oh, all right, well, good.
Yeah, thank you so much.
My mother would agree.
Yeah.
This is a history, UFOs, and national security state, my second volume of that study. That one took 5 years off my life, so I always want people to get that one. This is an overview of the whole phenomenon, UFOs for the 21st Century Mind, which I updated about a year ago. It's kind of an everything book for the subject. This is a speculative book I wrote a couple of years ago called The Alien Agendas, and it's just me sitting down by myself thinking, who are these guys and what are they all about? I've got a new book coming out on the history of USOs, unidentified submersed objects, which will be a very large study that will come out this summer. So I'm looking forward to getting that done.
The UAP community has always been on the fringes. And now this is kind of like our moment to step into the light. Things need to change. We want to know. We are doing actions regularly online where people can write to their congressperson and their representatives. We launch Citizens for Disclosure through the New Paradigm Institute, which is newparadigminstitute.org. You can sign up, you can get involved.
It's citizens, scientists, and experiencers who have taken the lead. And if the US government wants to jump on back of the caboose and come along for the ride, they're welcome.
As we get closer and closer to some kind of disclosure or acknowledgement, we have a non-human intelligence that's engaging us. People are going to need to find other people to talk to. It's going to be a lot for humanity to process. MUFON kind of stands ready to be a part of that as well.
I hope before this year is up, it's finally going to come the huge headline. We're not alone. And tonight we're going to show you who's with us.